Hi everyone, it's Meredith with Soul Navigation. I hope you are wonderful. And today we're going to crack the code on compatibility. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I believe the very best sign combinations are. And I'm going to teach you how to find true compatibility inside your astrological natal chart. So let's dive in. I'm going to break some myths for you too and go way beyond the stereotypes. Now, I want to tell you that there's a big caveat here, and that is I truly do believe that any two signs can go together. I truly believe that two people that are genuinely healthy in mind, body, and spirit, so mentally, emotionally, and psychologically, and physically, I believe any two signs can truly be a love match. But I'm also going to show you what brings ease into a relationship, what makes it euphorically, automatically fun and easy, that easy, energetic flow. What makes it simple? So instead of saying good or bad inside compatibility, I want to say easy or challenging. Now listen to me. There are some signs like, well, I hate to give you away, but Libra, Gemini, Aries, that likes it challenging. They like the difficulty because they like overcoming an obstacle or a goal, and that's part of their psyche. So there are some signs that love a good challenge. Also, I sometimes feel like when we're younger, we have the stamina for the mind games and the complexity and the relationships that just require so much more work. And as we get older, there is a love for simplicity, a love for peacefulness, and a love for ease. So in this video, I'm going to give it all to you, and I'm going to help you crack the compatibility code. Now, there's a secondary sort of subliminal messaging that's going on in this video at the same exact time. And that is, this is also speaking about the compatibility that lives inside of you. How at ease are you? How much do you like yourself? And how well do you get along with you? If you don't already know me, my name is Meredith with Soul Navigation, and I hope by now we are fast friends and you've seen all my videos on my channel. I upload content every single Sunday at 9:30, and stay tuned because I'm going to tell you at the end of this video two really great things. One, when my next live feed is, and two, I am going to give you each sign's truly best partner. So stay tuned for that. You're going to want to listen to this video all the way through. One thing I've noticed is I have a lot of advanced thinkers on this channel, and I have to say, I really, really appreciate that. And I've really come to love this community. So if you're watching this, I just want you to know that I appreciate that you want to go deeper. I like working beyond sun sign astrology. So saying that, I am going to tell you some advanced concepts. If you don't get them, just stay with me and roll with them, because eventually they will make sense. But I don't want to just say that an Aries goes well with a Leo. You already know that. There's 10,000 videos out there that say that. I want to help you crack the code on what genuinely works for an Aries, okay? And I'm going to give it to you all. So before I give you the best matchup for every sign, I do want to say if you're in a relationship and you are looking for the best astrology report on the market, go to my website, soulnavigation.com, S-O-U-L navigation.com, and go click on my report section and buy my Love and Relationships Compatibility Report. It is so good. It's deep, it's thorough, and it is long if you have your birth time. It's also really good if you don't have your birth time, but it is the best report on the market and I love it. So where do you start in trying to understand if you're truly compatible with a person? Now, it's not just about your sun sign, okay? You have to think about all the personal planets plus your rising sign. So I want you to think about the sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and your rising sign. So when I'm talking to you about compatibility, I am talking about those planets plus your rising sign. So to really feel an easy sense of flow and easy energy and the euphoria that just comes naturally, what you're going to need to think about is that one of your personal planets is going to need to be in a harmonious, compatible sign as one of your partner's personal planets. So, for example, if your sun is in harmony with their sun, their moon, their Mercury, their Venus, their Mars, or their rising, that is going to create an easy flow. If your moon is in harmony with their sun, their moon, their Mercury, their Venus, their Mars, or their rising, that is going to create that easy flow that I'm talking about. And when you get 3, 4, or 5 matchups, right, you will feel it. You will feel so gotten. You will feel so seen. You will feel so heard. You will be basking in the glory of a reflection that is so similar to yours that you will feel peaceful. And that is true compatibility. So the more personal planets plus the rising sign that you have in harmony with your partner's personal planets or rising sign, the easier it is. Simultaneously, remember I told you that there was subliminal messaging in this, right? Well, the more personal planets you have in harmony with your own other personal planets, you will experience a higher degree of internal peace and security and love for yourself and your life. You will be basking in the appreciation of your own self to yourself if your planets sit in harmony as well. So when you stand in this flow with another person, what it does is it creates a window or an opportunity to access love and attraction and all the sweet stuff so much more easily. Now, that doesn't mean that if your personal planets are in conflict or challenge, and that is a square or an opposition, it doesn't mean that the relationship can't work. Over 20 years, I've seen plenty of relationships that the astrology cookbooks would say, not going to work. And they're brilliant and they work and they are beautiful. And I've also seen relationships where everything is in perfect alignment and it doesn't work. And I'll tell you why. What I have found in my experience and in my personal experience is that when you have to try harder, you try harder and you usually get better results. And when you are standing in just the perfect peace and the perfect harmony, there is a tendency to get lazy. There is a tendency to be lax and to not invest in your partner like you do when you have more challenging aspects. Challenging aspects are telling you to put skin in the game, to suck it up, to learn the art of compromise, to see things in a different perspective, basically to grow. So we grow under tension, and somebody who has challenging aspects to you will be asking you, standing there, if they're healthy, and if they match you at the same level of mental, physical, and spiritual and psychological health, they will be asking you to grow yourself. Now, if you're involved with somebody who's not very healthy and you're healthy, then it doesn't matter what combination you've got, good or bad, challenging or harmonious, you're going to struggle and the relationship will most likely not work. God, it's beautiful out here. I had to do this video out here because you just don't get weather like this in April in Seattle very often. So I am celebrating this fresh, beautiful air and all of my flowers, and I have you with me, and I love it. Just a pause to appreciate the nature and the wind and the air and the beauty. And I hope wherever you are, you're feeling the same gratitude for wherever you're at. That's just because I got jealous of my friends on Instagram who are posting pool pictures. Anyways, back to cracking the code of compatibility. So now I want to give you the cheat sheet, okay? So take notes. Here we go. This is the cheat sheet. Remember this. And the reason why I'm going to give this to you is because I want you to know at hello, after you get somebody's birthday, if you're standing in the ease and the flow, or if this person is asking you to grow. Now, the first thing I want to say is you've got to memorize the signs and the elements. So you need to know your fire signs, okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You need to know your earth signs, okay? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You need to know your water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And you need to know the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And I want you to go back to where I just rattled them off, and I want you to memorize them. Just repeat the loop there until they're in your head. So the first trick to my cheat sheet is this: fire signs like fire signs, earth signs like earth signs, and water signs like water signs, and you've got it. Air signs like air signs. If you know you're an Aries, you also know you're going to be in the ease and the flow of Leo and Sagittarius. You're also going to be in the flow of the air signs, and it is the true for all of them. So if you are a water sign, you know you're going to be in the ease and the peace and the flow of all water signs. You're also going to like earth signs. So how you can remember that is this little cheat sheet. You ready? When you're building a bonfire, you know that in order to make the fire bigger, you have to remember those little those little fans. You have to fan the flame to create a bigger bonfire. And you also know that when you water the earth, things grow. So air likes fire and water likes earth, and vice versa. So fire likes air, air likes fire, water likes earth, earth likes water. You got it. Now here's a little exception to the rule. It's kind of like the English language, like I before E except after C. It's one of those. Fire does like air signs, but not necessarily its opposition. And air likes fire signs, except not necessarily its opposition. And water loves earth signs, except not necessarily its opposition, and vice versa. Earth likes water signs, except not its opposition. The oppositions are here, like opposites attract, to teach us about what we don't have. So they can be highly annoying. They can also be, if you're ready to accept your lessons and grow your psyche and step out of ego, they can be some of your best relationships, but only if you're willing to take the advanced course in Earth School. Now you know that if you have one of your personal planets or your rising sign in a fire sign and your partner has an air sign, you know that those two planets are going to make a connection and create a spark, an enthusiastic, easy flowing, yummy, delicious, euphoric spark. So if your sun and their moon are in harmony, you know that their heart and your soul jive. If their Mercury and your Mercury are in harmonious, easy flowing signs that work well together, your minds are going to be radically mesmerized and turned on by your partner. So you want to have or you want to look for, I should say, compatibility between your personal planets and the rising sign by element, by fire, earth, air, and water, in order to see how easy this relationship is going to be. Are you following me? Please put a comment down below if you're getting this. Please let me know if I'm making this easy for you or hard for you, because I really, really want you to get this. I want you to understand compatibility. If your sun signs don't jive, let's just say you're a Cancer with an Aquarius, that's like my mom and my dad, and those signs don't go well together. They have nothing in common. They're called quincunx relationship because they have nothing in common, but what they do have in common are their moons, and what they do have in common are their minds. So not everything hangs on the sun. So it's important also that you memorize the oppositions, and it's really easy to do. You just take the first 6 signs and you look at the last 6 signs. So let's do it together. Aries is in opposition with Libra. Taurus is in opposition with Scorpio. Gemini is in opposition with Sagittarius. Cancer is in opposition with Capricorn. Leo is in opposition with Aquarius, and Virgo is in opposition with Pisces. So if you are one of those signs involved with your opposition, you are probably on you're in the advanced placement course of Earth School, and you are here to learn about everything that you are not. So you're a contrast learner. And if you're born on a full moon, you're born with this opposition inside of you. And learning how to synchronize your heart and your soul is going to be your life lesson. So if you're a full moon baby, tell me what opposite signs your sun and moon are in, because I want to celebrate you. And full moon babies came into this world to learn how to synchronize with themselves when they have felt so alone and so lonely and so lost at times. So let's jump into my best combinations. And this is just my personal opinion, okay? So you already know that each sign has 5 good combinations, and that's almost half the zodiac. But out of those 5 combinations, those 5 compatible signs, those 5 easy flowing energy signs, I'm going to give you my very favorite one for each sign. And I'll tell you why. And I'll go through them quickly. And I want to know what your combination is with your love. And I also want to know if you experienced this combination in your life and it didn't go well. Tell me if it was because one of you wasn't healthy enough for the other, because that's usually the reason why. Tell me if in one of the combinations that I give you and it didn't go well, I want to know if it's because one person wasn't healthy enough, but because it was a good combination, you kind of still half enjoyed it. You half enjoyed the misery. You kind of just reveled in the batshit craziness of it. Forgive me. You can't take the Sagittarius out of the girl. I'm telling you, you just can't, right? So my best combinations. Here's Aries. Aries, I believe, goes best with, are you ready? Dun, 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 Aries. Aries loves another Aries. And the reason why is, you know, Aries has war wounds. They have been on the battleground of life. And if you haven't watched my Aries rising video and you are an Aries, please go watch that video, because I go really deep into the psyche of Aries. And Aries cannot deal or cannot tolerate very well people who have not also paid their dues in some way, shape, or form. They're very similar to Scorpio like that, but they need and they respect people who have really had to muscle out life, and they just can't deal with frivolity. And every other sign, with the exception of Scorpio, feels a little bit frivolous to them. Sagittarius and Leo, you know, they're all a band of brothers, if you will, But even those signs, even though they're all fire, right? They're too lighthearted for Aries. Aries is intense and it's deep and it's cutting and it's dogmatic and it wants a challenge and it's trying to cross the finish line and win a gold medal. It is not interested in bronze, ever. And if you haven't watched my Aries video, go treat yourself. Get a pint of ice cream. Yeah, and just eat that ice cream while you watch the heartache, the hardship, the intensity. My Aries video, you know, the quintessential Aries is the movie Gladiator with Russell Crowe. So if you are an Aries, are you in some way, shape, or form Russell Crowe in The Gladiator? Yeah, and you're looking for your other gladiator. You're not looking for a princess. No, you're really not. Remember, it is harmonious with Sag and Leo, and it is also harmonious with Aquarius and Gemini. But why is it not so harmonious, Aries, with Libra? That's a test question, and I hope you got it right, because that's the opposition. So what does Aries need to learn? Libra. So if you are an Aries involved with a Libra, oh my God, let me bow down to you, because you are in the advanced placement course of Earth School, and you are here to grow your soul so big, so big. Please let me know who you are. I'm dying to know if there even is a person that's an Aries involved with a Libra. Is it even possible? Because those are so opposite. Anyways, I'll keep going. Cheers. I hope you have your lovely wine on your lovely sunny patio too. And I mean that with sincerity, unless you're watching this in December. So Taurus. Taurus is, I think, hands down, best sign is Cancer. If you're both healthy, you're going to be thoughtful and slow moving through life. You're going to build the most gorgeous nest at home. You're going to be so snuggle buddies and just creature comforts. Cancer is the sign that is going to feed its Taurus. And Cancer's got mama's marinara recipe, right? And makes the best lasagna on the planet. Are you a Cancer and are you a cook? Yeah, because Taurus wants to eat your food. So Taurus with Cancer. By the way, when I look for marriage dates, I do this work. So I look for a day that creates this kind of compatibility. So if you're a Taurus, I'm going to suggest that you get married when the sun is in Cancer. That's for another video though, right? Let me know if you want a video on how to pick the best wedding day. That's a fun science, if you will. So Gemini. Gemini goes best with, I think it's Leo. Leo will challenge Gemini just enough. And if the Leo has some Virgo in it, it's going to be highly, highly, highly intelligent. And it's going to create just enough friction, right? Because Gemini is air and Virgo is earth, that it's going to create enough friction that Gemini is going to have it easy enough with the Leo, but they probably have a little touch of Virgo in them. There's going to be an element of challenge. Leo's going to challenge Gemini anyways, because Leo is so creative and so loud in their love. And Gemini can be emotionally detached and highly cerebral. What I like about these two is Leo rules the heart and Gemini rules the mind. So Cancer. Cancer can really pretty much be with anybody, just to be honest with you. But I chose Pisces, and I'll tell you why. And it's not necessarily perfection. And you know, you all get 5 compatible other signs. Pisces is so sensitive. And Cancer is always far more sensitive than they reveal. And I think Pisces can truly unconditionally love the Cancer, which is Cancer's biggest desire in life, even though they'll never tell you that. And I think Pisces, out of the whole zodiac, has this ability to step into unconditional love that is so healing. Now they can check out, they need their batteries charged. Go watch my Pisces in Love video, please. Especially if you're baffled by your Pisces, because they can just like evaporate. They're like steam, you know, try to catch steam. They're like, you know, when you smoke and you do, I don't smoke, but you know, when people smoke and they do a smoke ring, and then I would tell you to capture that smoke ring and show it to me. You couldn't do it. That's Pisces. So Cancer can't stand that part of Pisces because it's painful. But if they had good Mercuries, by the way, do not underestimate the power of Mercury in a compatibility chart, because that's your mental connection. And if you can't communicate, you can't get to the other stuff. You can't get to anything else if you can't communicate. So if you have good Mercuries and your Mercuries are like Cancer, Pisces, this is like a gift. This is like so gorgeous, yummy. So if you are Cancer, Pisces in a relationship, tell me if you're male, female, male, male, female, female, and let me know. I want to know. I want to know if I have any Cancer, Pisces. Leos. I think Leo's favorite person, I've got to be honest, is Sagittarius. They are cut from the same cloth. Aries is a little bit of an anomaly in the trio, but Leo is Sag and Sag is Leo. They're both funny. They're both performers. They're both generous. They both have giant hearts. And Leo likes itself, so it likes who is most like themselves. And Sag also likes themselves. See, you've got King of the Jungle, and then you've got the God of all gods. So they're both kings, just different kinds of kings. And so they really are in love with life, in love with each other, and in love with self. And I don't mean that in a braggadocio way, because if they're healthy, they've got that diminished into the right proportions. But Leo truly, when it's healthy, truly does like itself. And they want to be with somebody who likes themselves also. And Leo and Sagittarius have an ease with themselves, usually, not always. If they're unhealthy, it's ugly, ugly, ugly. But I'm just talking about if they meet each other in the same level of health. So when Leo is bad and when Sag is bad, when Leo's bad, you have a full-blown, full-out narcissist. And when you have a Sagittarius that goes south or sour, you get somebody who is bombastic and self-righteous and a know-it-all bragger. So that will be just the biggest bonfire you've ever seen in your life, like destructive fire. It'll just burn down the barn. It's a barn burner. It's like the California wildfire, you know, where just everybody perished. That's how bad it is when it goes bad. So when this is good, it is amazing. And when it is bad, it is awful. So this one's a little bit of a gamble, but you know what? Both of those signs like to gamble, so it doesn't really matter. Virgo. I would say Virgo loves a good Capricorn. And Virgo really prides itself on hard work and dutiful responsibility and obligation and fulfilling obligations. And Capricorn is just the person. You know, Capricorns really do take their commitments and their responsibilities seriously. And Virgo cannot get naked with somebody they don't respect. Capricorn can. Oh God, but forgive me. If you're a Capricorn, just give me a thumbs up, please. Yeah, so I will put these two together. Virgo and Capricorn make the best match. Libras. I think Libras can actually, you know, they're like Pisces. Pisces is like universal love. They can love anyone, anywhere, anytime, as long as you are kind and good and sweet. I'm not saying they can love you forever, but they can love anybody, anywhere, anytime, for a moment. They are the embodiment of unconditional love, and Libra is an octave of that. But I do put Libra with Gemini, and I'll say that because Libra cannot have it easy. If Libra has it easy, they're out. They are not interested in having full-on, blatant, gross affection. Go watch my Everything Libra Part 2 video. I break it down really honestly. Libra has got to have some intrigue, and Gemini is not even trying to be intriguing. They just are. They're not trying to play a game. They're not trying to be two contradictory things at all times. They're not trying to be with you and everybody else on purpose. It's just so. You're going to hate me by the end of this video. So Gemini makes it just enough difficult for Libra to salivate, to pant. You know, Scorpio's tough. It's a little bit like Aries. And Scorpio wants to dominate. But if they do dominate, they struggle staying attracted. So I give Capricorn to Scorpio, and I do that, but I want to say a really healthy Capricorn and a successful Capricorn and a powerful Capricorn. And if they have a touch of Sag in their chart, because they probably do, it's going to help draw that Scorpio out. Scorpio has to be with power, and Capricorn, like Aries, always lands on top. So I would consider Aries, but I think Aries is too impulsive for Capricorn, for Scorpio's slowness, and Capricorn is the only sign that can actually go slower than a Scorpio. So it keeps the Scorpio infinitely hungry. Sagittarius, hands down, the best combination for Sag. Yes, I like the Leo, but I think that the Leo works better with the Sag than the Sag does the Leo. Just a tiny bit, just by a hairline fraction of like a millimeter. I think Sagittarius is best person, and I actually think it's the best combination in the entire zodiac. Like, it fits so tightly, tongue and groove, is Aquarius. And I've seen it over and over and over, and I've experienced it myself. Aquarius does not get their feelings hurt by Sagittarius's direct style. Sagittarius is not as direct as an Aries, but close. And Aquarius just does not sweat it. They don't care. So Sag has permission in this relationship, unlike the more sensitive Leo, to just be balls out. To just be like full out, I should say. Capricorns. Capricorns, I'm going to give Capricorn Taurus. I know they go well with Virgo too, but Taurus is slow and thoughtful, and Taurus can nurture a Capricorn like Capricorn secretly but doesn't say. They crave. Capricorns are workaholics, and they want to amass a large amount of money, usually, because money is power in today's world. You know, back in the old days, it used to be the spear, you know, that you would kill the water buffalo with. Well, today it's money. Cold hard cash. And so that is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for Capricorn. For Pisces, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is love. And secretly down deep inside for Capricorn, it's love too, but it's usually bought with money. Now, forgive me for saying that, but what I mean is they put their self-worth into productivity, producing security, taking care of others, and that usually comes with money. So it is love, but the pathway to get there is usually through financial gain or financial security or financial reward. And there's nobody who appreciates that more than a Taurus. Yeah, Leo likes it too, but they're a little dramatic for Capricorn. And Taurus is subdued. My next one is Aquarius. While I said Sagittarius loves Aquarius, I think Aquarius really appreciates Gemini. And I say that because they're both checked out. They don't have giant emotional sappy needs. They don't have their feelings hurt, neither one of them really. And Gemini is going to split off into two different directions, and Aquarius is just going to be zany, quirky. So with all that energy, it keeps them massively, massively stimulated for their highly, highly intelligent ways of being. So they are like progressive intelligence, futuristic intelligence, just mental geniuses. And I think one mental genius really appreciates and values the succulence of the other mental genius. Pisces. I seriously am going to play Pisces like the ace in the deck of cards. You can be high or low, right? You can be 1 or 10. And in poker, Pisces is a chameleon. They are so altruistic. They really, honestly, more so than any other sign, and I'm not a Pisces, so I'm not flattering myself at all, but I love the Pisces in my life, and I have seen that they can love all. Now, what is best for them? Truthfully, what's best for them and then what they want are very different things. I think Capricorn is hands down the best for them. Although that's going to feel like the stoner going to military boot camp, right? So that's what's best for them, but that's not necessarily what they're seeking. Although I think they would appreciate that and respect it. Pisces, you know, would love a Leo. And that's water and fire, because they're both into the glamorous and the dramatic, and they both have big love. And they'd also love the beauty and the artfulness of a Libra. And they would also absolutely love the sensuality of a Taurus. And they love the depth of a Scorpio. And they love the playfulness and the fun of Sagittarius, and they appreciate even their opposite, the hard-working, critical Virgo, although that is going to be hands down the hardest person for them. So if you are a Pisces involved with a Virgo, will you please let me know, and let me know if you're the male or female or who you are in the relationship, because that is the advanced placement course for Pisces. I don't mean to like give it all to Pisces and make the rest of you feel really bad about yourselves, but it is true. It is true. Pisces is this universal sign. The one thing Pisces really can't do very well is be alone. They do need their alone time. They need to check out. They need to recharge their batteries, but they need deep connection. And so they're going to do well with Scorpio if they're strong enough to handle it. They're going to do well with Cancer if they can stay in the perpetual motion of growing the relationship. Cancers need you to grow the relationship. If you're not going to grow a relationship with a Cancer, you're out of there. You think a Cancer is just going to chronically date you for 5 years? Hell no. Hell no. On the 5th date, they know if they want to marry you and have your children or not. So Pisces can like flow with it for 5 years, like 10 years. Like, yeah, she's my girlfriend. Yeah, we're dating. No, we're not, dude. We've been together for 10 years, Pisces. Grow yourself up. So Pisces is sort of the universal, can really pair up with anybody. And it's because they are so accepting of the other. It's the other person that's going to struggle with the Pisces. So in summation, what I want you to know is, do you have your personal planets in harmonious placement with your partners? Or do you not? Are you in a relationship that's a little bit more challenging, that requires grit and tenacity and fortitude and effort? Or are you in something simple or easy? Or, like most people, are you in a combination of both? And then look at your own chart and tell me, are you in a relationship with yourself that is primarily easy, or does it bring you challenges? So anyways, I hope you liked this video. Please let me know if you got something great out of it. And also, I can't wait to see you on Monday, April 13th for my live stream right here on my YouTube channel, where we will look at your chart and we will answer all your questions about everything astrology, especially if you want to crack the code of compatibility. From my house to yours, I hope you're wonderful. Thank you for being here with me, and I hope you're a subscriber and come follow me on Instagram.